Akon? Really? Really, Akon? Akon says that Black Americans, when we're on stage, are high, smoking weed. Akon sounded like a redneck from Texas. He said Black Americans, when Black Americans perform, Black Americans are all high on weed, sagging, Like, dude, are you serious? Is that you coming with that, Akon? That kind, you gonna sound like them while you benefiting off our music? What's up with that? See, we got to talk about this, and we about to break all this down.
Dewan B. Black History Commercial, take 1.
And in comes the 2 to the 3 and 4.
Hold up. Celebrate our warriors and scholars. Black history on a t-shirt. Black people don't owe anybody anything but an ass whooping. Yeah. Mothers of the movement, our scholars. Instead of wearing a sports jersey with someone else's name on your back, celebrate our leader's name on your chest.
Say it with your chest.
Get yours now at hotepish.com/shop. Free shipping on all orders over $75. Also, get your Black American music family tree at incenseandashtrays.com/shop. 400 years of music created here in North America exclusively by Black Americans on one piece of artwork.
You're listening to Hotep Ish with your host, Dewan B. Intelligent Ish Talk, intelligent shit talk, where we balance the profound with the profane. Political satire, celebrity and expert guests, information and entertainment, conversation and solutions. Leave your feelings at the door.
We are here talking about Akon. This nigga right here. I also want to shout out to my man Rashad Givens. I was looking for the intro that he had where he rapped over it. I couldn't find it, but he does some dope ass jingles. If you need a jingle for your show, he's a rapper. He can put all that stuff together. 832-209-0495. Text him. You can also email him at datfunq@gmail.com. Datfunq. datfunq@gmail.com for a jingle for your shit. Yeah, we here. I heard this. I heard Akon say this stuff. It's Christmas Day, you know what I mean? I'm minding my own black ass business. In my own world. Not disrespecting anybody, any culture, any group of people. I'm over here just chilling in love as I get my preaching music on. You know, yesterday was a Christmas day, a Six of Hearts day. Six of Hearts is all about balancing your emotions. That's why Christmas, if you notice with Christmas Day, if you balanced emotionally, that's a very fun day, you know? But if the emotions ain't right, if somebody's in a hospital that you love or recently passed away, it's an extremely difficult day. But that's what the Six of Hearts is about. It's about balancing your emotions. And I'm good, you know. Everybody was healthy on Christmas Day. Got to see my wife's parents, got to see my parents. We just minded our own business. As a matter of fact, when I went over my wife's house, I took a Commodore's album for my father-in-law to sign. You know what I mean? Because, you know, he getting up there in age. So I'm like, man, because some stuff you just take for granted. So I'm like, you know what? Let me get some stuff that I know I'm going to be proud to have around the house 50 years from now. So I got a Commodore's album, and I got to go by my parents' house to get some of my dad's old Lionel Richie albums. And I'm going to take him up there to the house for him to sign them. So that was my plan yesterday. I'm trying to celebrate FBA music, you know. But Mr. Carmichael, you know, he's the one that rearranged Santa Claus is Coming to Town with Michael Jackson. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yeah, that's the funk that he put on the song. You thought Michael Jackson thought of that? Nah. That came out of the mind of James Anthony Carmichael. And he said, Michael, get in that studio booth and sing it the way I tell you to sing it. And Michael and the Jackson 5 followed his instructions. And since then, Santa Claus's Town went from being some boring Santa Claus is coming to town. That shit was weak, the original version. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you feel bad. Man, that original Santa Claus is Coming to Town, that nigga sounded like a stalker. That shit there. The original Santa Claus is Coming to Town made me scared of Sandy. I'm over here in mid-July. I'm over here 4th of July. My mama told me not to get no firecrackers. I got some anyway. And I'm over here thinking, man, but what if Santa Claus is saying this? And that's when I say, you know what? This is too much. Fuck Santa. I got to worry about Santa and Jesus? God damn. You know how it is when you grow up in church. I had to worry about Jesus kicking my ass. And I had to worry about Santa Claus giving me a lump of coal. And then you get reminded when that sorry-ass song come around, Santa Claus is coming to town. But when Mr. Carmichael and the Jackson 5 reworked that song, it made you forget Santa Claus sounded like a goddamn stalker molester. It made you forget that Santa Claus sounded like a weirdo. Because all you hear is, Santa Claus is coming to town, oh yeah. Shit. That's foundational Black American greatness right there. You know? And I do want, and let me say this before I get too deep into it. Welcome, chat room. Welcome. Appreciate you, Great Black Shark, for being here. Quan, Dr. Sinister. I can smell Dr. Sinister's breath through my microphone, and he ain't even talking. I can smell Dr. Sinister's breath through his text. What's up, everybody else in the chat room? I appreciate y'all for joining. But, you know, we over here minding our, and I want to give a PSA out, and this isn't directed towards anyone because I'm not, you know, I don't really look at the chat room because I got to be on a stream of thought, but I do want to make this public service announcement. And chat room, please, as people come into the chat, as we keep going, please remind them of this, what I'm getting ready to say. If you don't care about Akon, nobody gives a fuck. If you come in saying, why do we need to be talking about Akon? Get the fuck out. You will not get attention in this room. This is the subject of the day. And of course, for those who are patient, you know I'm going to bring it back around to some real shit. But if somebody come in here, man, we need to be talking about getting together. What does it matter what Akon had to say? If that's you, why the fuck are you in here? Because the title's very clear. This is the topic. If you want another topic, you're on YouTube just like I'm on YouTube, right? Go to your channel, download this app called Canva. Make sure you pay for the pro version, all right? And then Canva, go make yourself a nice thumbnail with a title. Bring it over to YouTube. Put a title in it. Grab your microphone and talk about it and share it with the world, okay? But if you're over here in this fine place I've created, this channel that only had 5 subscribers 30 months ago, June 2020. Not 30, somewhere between 5 and 20 subscribers. Shouts out to Butter Love, she was one of them. Larry Goodwell was one of them. And I was the third. I created this channel because people were talking about things that were great, but it was certain perspectives that I wanted to offer. So I created this shit. You can do the same. And then make sure you make sure before you say anything negative in anyone's YouTube chat room, brush your teeth. Okay? 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 Brush your teeth. Then, after you brush your teeth, take a shower because you probably sweating, you're sleeping, you're musty. Make sure you wash your feet. You shouldn't be in your 30s with athletic feet, okay? Athletic foot disease, whatever they call it, that foot, you shouldn't have that if you're 37 years old, okay? Do all that and then create a YouTube channel and build a following of people, of like-minded people who want to hear what you have to say, okay? What's up, Lioness Crown in here? What's up, Smoke Splitter? Yeah, gargle with peroxide, please. Make sure you do that. And know that from the bottom of my heart, Jesus loves you. Because I don't. If you want a friend, call Jeeves. Because DeJuan Brown don't give a fuck. All right, back to the topic. What's up, Afro Elite, Mark by Smith? Oh, it's called Athlete's Foot? Okay, I say athletic foot. I don't know. I ain't had the shit. I had athlete's foot when I was like 15. I had athlete's foot when I was like 15 playing football. And all I could think about was this girl I had a crush on in school, like smelling my stank ass feet. I was like, man, I need to get this shit together. And my doctor taught me how to, nigga, you got to wash your feet, then put this powder and do this. And I figured it out. But some of these niggas got athlete's foot and they 38 and they 62 years old. What the fuck are you doing? Wash your feet and get off the internet. What's up, Black Voltron? But back to what we talking about. Akon disrespects black artists. Before I get it in, let me just go ahead and play what this dude said. And then I'm going to, because I listened, so you guys didn't have to, I listened to the majority of the interview. I'm not going to say I was able to stomach all 60 minutes, and I'm a big nigga. So if my big ass couldn't stomach it, you know it was foul. You dig? But anyway, I did watch most of it, and you're going to see some shit. And you're going to be like, what? But I'm going to first start off, why are we talking about this? What did Akon say to disrespect black artists? I'm going to play it in the background because I don't want to get no damn copyright strike. YouTube be tripping. Sometimes you can play a video, sometimes you can't. I ain't trying to find out. So I'm going to play it in the background. Y'all hear what he has to say. And then we going to come back and have church. We going to come back and have church. And I think if my phone lines do work today, I will have some call-ins later on. But
yeah,
we a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half asleep because they high as hell on stage. But Africa, we wake up morning like look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers. Like so, for us it comes natural, you know, like to watch.
Let me play that one more time, just in case you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling.
We're gonna break this down at church. He said, we a little different. So I have a question. Why do people get so mad when black people say that we're different? See, Akon can get his whining and grinding up on this bitch ass podcast and talk about them being different. And that's fine. I don't have an issue with them being different. We are different. We definitely different. Akon different than most Africans because he's doing his best to get a black American hairline. He know his people don't cut their hair like that. He know they don't be cutting their hair like that. Akon, you know. Just like you stole our music, you stole a black barber. You know. So, Akon is saying we're different. And I agree. But what he's saying in a way is not that he's saying that in a way that we're different and it's a mutual thing. He's not saying we're different and it just is what it is. He's saying we're different as Africans, but we do it better. Let me play that part again.
Yeah.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling, pants.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence. Now in America, them niggas is gonna be wobbling and
half down, bored as hell, half asleep because they high as hell on stage. But Africa, we wake up
bored as hell, high as hell, half asleep. You mean like your monotone ass music did? If this old knockoff zapping Roger motherfucker don't get this shit straight, he came over doing black music, saying that black people high as hell, bored as hell on stage. Akon, your music is boring. Just play me an Akon song where he modulated a whole step, where he had a vamp. Play me an Akon song that had movement, that had background singers and horns and violins and actual music. People singing on key without a goddamn machine. At least Roger Troutman used a talk box. And let me educate you niggas real quick. What Akon did and what Roger Troutman did was different. Akon sang through auto-tune. That means you just sing into some shit and it changes the tone for you. Roger Troutman had a talk box. A talk box is an actual instrument. You have to actually sing in a talk box through a straw, and you gotta play a keyboard, and you gotta hit the right notes. If you hit the wrong key, it's gonna sound fucked up. What Roger Troutman did was some musical shit with a machine called a talk box. not a computer that hit the note for you. Huge difference. That's like playing Call of Duty on motherfucking expert level versus rookie level. Rookie level, you get shot 15,000 goddamn times and win the level. That top level, one shot, you dead, nigga. It's big difference. It's like playing in the NBA versus playing in the rec league. So he's differentiating himself and his people from black Americans. But what he's saying is Africans do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better. That's what he's trying to say. Let's keep going.
More like, look at these YouTube clips of all these kids from Uganda and how they be, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids are performers. Like, so for us, it comes natural, you know, like to watch.
For us, it comes natural. For us, it comes natural. We're just so better than you black Americans. We just better than you niggas. I'm not gonna play the music because I don't want to get strike. Oh yeah, that Soul Train thing y'all was doing back in the day? Oh yeah. In Uganda, our kids just wake up doing this stuff. It's so good, you can look up on YouTube. Meanwhile, you got videos of Soul Train, got millions of views that are old, 50-year-old footage people still watch. You know what they got me thinking about? Y'all remember, like this here. You want to talk about performance? You want to talk about performance? The Nicholas Brothers, nigga? Akon. You really gonna go there? You really gonna go there? I'm over here in the wrong goddamn button. There we go. You gonna go there, Akon? When you got, do y'all know the Nicholas Brothers did this in one take? Do y'all know that? What y'all see on here? This was done in one take. This is like what we've been doing since like forever. Since day one. And Akon's over here talking about it just comes natural. The black Americans just smoke weed on camera all day, on stage all day. Not to mention the fact that most of your top 40 artists today ain't even black American. Well, hell, most of your top 40 artists over the last 15 years ain't really black American. They done X'd us out of our shit. Let me give y'all a quick little history lesson real quick. And then we're going to get back to Akon. Do y'all know the Nicholas Brothers? Y'all remember this scene on the 5 Heartbeats? Y'all remember this scene? This is Harold Nicholas. This guy right here, not him. Do y'all remember this scene? The old man that was dancing? Him? That's him. Harold Nicholas. We gotta appreciate Robert Townsend for giving us that nugget. And look, Harold Nicholas, the Nicholas Brothers were so cold. Look at this part. I love this scene right here. Ooh, look at this. All in one motherfucking scene, nigga. Come on. We got letters we forgot about. Did y'all know the Nicholas Brothers been on TV since they was motherfucking 5 years old? That's Harold Nicholas right there and his brother. This I think they were like 8 or 9, right? 8 and 10. Right here. Come on, Akon. You want to see some dancing, nigga? Look at this. Funkity funk. Funkity yeah. Get it, Jay. And this is old James Brown. Come on now. This is old James Brown. This ain't young in his prime James Brown. Get it. Come on now, nigga. Man, don't fuck with me, Akon. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with our culture, boy.
We a little different when it comes to stage presence.
Don't fuck with our culture, son. This is daddy talking, nigga. Yes. And no disrespect to y'all, but we don't play y'all music. We play our music, and y'all play our music too. That's all the fuck Afro beats is. It wouldn't be no goddamn Afro beats if it weren't for James Brown and the Black Power movement in the United States of America. Fela said that himself, Akon. But listen to what he says. Oh, let me give y'all a quick little history lesson real quick. I told you I was going to give y'all a history lesson. The reason why people, you may say, okay, well, DeJuan, how is it these immigrants have taken over music if Black Americans are so good? I'm glad you asked. I'm glad you asked me. Let me answer that for you. I want y'all to take notes. This is history right here, all right? It'll give you context as to what's going on right now. Because what did Dr. John Henry Clarke say? Dr. John Henry Clarke says, all history is a current event. Let me break that down for you, niggas. There's always been a movement to take Black music from Black people. It's happened with every single genre that we've created. Okay? It's not just hip hop. When you look at music history from the context of hip hop, that's like walking in the side door of a house and never exploring the living room, dining room, bedrooms, basement. You're just in the side washroom. If you only have the perspective of the house from the side washroom, you're going to be open to anyone else who says they've been through that house. You're going to be susceptible to whatever lies and deceptions they have for you because you only have a perspective of the side door of the house. You've only seen the washing machines. You haven't seen the den. You haven't seen the living room. You haven't seen the bedrooms, the bathrooms. You've only seen the washrooms and that small ass toilet back there. Y'all know how it is in a washroom. You ain't got the shower. You ain't even got the big toilet. If you a big nigga, you know what I mean? You got the little small little circle toilet. It can be kind of hard. Okay, going too much. Doing too much. Back to what I'm talking about. You gotta understand the shit from the whole perspective. There's always been an attempt, sometimes successful, sometimes not successful, at defacing the face of Black music with other cultures. It happened back in the 20s, the late teens with ragtime. Scott Joplin was a man, but when but then they tried to make the face of ragtime white. When Scott Joplin got too big. When it got into jazz, they tried to make the face of jazz white. And not just, when I say jazz, it's a lot of different subgenres. We're talking about the New Orleans stride piano style, which evolved into what we know is the rock and roll style of Fats Domino. They tried to whiten that up. They tried to whiten up the modal jazz sound. They tried to whiten up the swing sound. They called Benny Goodman the king of swing, even though everyone knew Count Basie and really Duke Ellington was the king. Duke Ellington was the king of swing. Count Basie there was a battle of the bands at the Savoy Ballroom in 1935. Chick Webb versus the Benny Goodman Band. And Benny Goodman was known as the king of swing because he was white. So they had a battle of the bands in 1935 at the Savoy Ballroom in Harlem, New York. And Benny Goodman went down to that ballroom, had a head-up fade with Chick Webb. Chick Webb was a short, angry, like, dude that couldn't walk. He had to walk on stilts, on crutches. He had a very bad back, but he was the man in New York. And Benny Goodman went on down there to Harlem and got his ass washed, waxed, zzz, 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 whooped his ass live in the public, and the world saw it. What did the white folks say when it was over with? Yes, Benny Goodman lost, but he's still the king of swing. Nat King Cole defined what a standard is, and they say, you know what? Bring in Frank Sinatra. Little Richard defined the archetype of rock and roll, the sound of rock and roll. Jackie Wilson defined the dance in rock and roll. Jackie Wilson was the inspiration for both James Brown and Elvis. They don't talk about Jackie Wilson, but you know about Elvis. They did it in the 60s with the blues. All the Rolling Stones, all that shit is muddy waters, boy. The Rolling Stones, all that Eric Clapton, all that stuff is white people's version of chess records. It's always been done. Then you get into disco. Disco music was black. Barry White over here is a polygenesis in disco. Barry White brought it in on the West Coast. Gamble and Huff brought it in Philadelphia. The fusion of the Barry White string orchestrated sound with the Gamble and Huff pulsating four on the floor with soul, and then it evolved into some form known as Euro disco when they got the Bee Gees. The Bee Gees were defunct, fake, and I like the Bee Gees. I'm no disrespect, because I love that song Emotion by the Bee Gees. I love Emotion. I love How Deep Is Your Love. I love that shit. But to tell the truth, the Bee Gees started as a Beatles knockoff in the 60s. Their records weren't selling shit. Their last record before they went to electro disco went 184th in the charts, I think in 1972. So they brought the Bee Gees, them Australian white boys that was born in the UK, brought in some arrangers from the Philadelphia sound, from Philadelphia Records, Philadelphia International, and gave them that pulsating sound. And then Saturday Night Fever dropped. Next thing you know, the face of disco's whack. Happened with country music. And so when it comes to this thing known as hip hop, they understand that this shit's too hard for them. There's only going to be one Eminem a lifetime. They realize the Eminem train came 22 years ago, 28, 23 years ago, and it might be another 23 years before another Eminem comes. A C-rated white rapper. So it's not enough C-rated white rappers to take over hip-hop. So what do you do? First off, you kill off R&B, all right? You just kill it off. You kill it off in the 2000s. Real R&B is done. The neo-soul sound keeps it alive, but they act like that's irrelevant. Mainstream R&B is killed off in the 90s. And really 90s and the 2000s. And it's replaced by immigrants. Because you cannot have a Rihanna next to Coco from SWV. Those two can't exist in the same world. Coco come out, time after time after time I tried to fight it. You cannot have a Rihanna next to Toni Braxton. Toni Braxton has a baby. They killed off her career. They purposely didn't promote the Heat album because Toni Braxton decided to have a baby. It's in an interview. I think it was an interview in Vibe magazine, like in 2000. She talked about that. Like, basically, they told her don't have a kid. She had one anyway, so they killed her off. You cannot have Akon in an environment of Charlie Wilson. I mean, the Gap Band Charlie Wilson. Hell, the Charlie Wilson hooks was better on Snoop's music than Akon's hooks. Listen, nigga, fuck this shit. Let's tell the whole goddamn truth. So that's why when I get my other show when I got some shit that works for y'all. I got some shit coming where I can actually play the music. Ooh, YouTube, you a bitch for not letting me play the music, YouTube, because I want to give y'all the sound, but YouTube is a bitch. But let's go to the blue carpet treatment. Let's go to Rhythm and Gangsta. Snoop's best music was with Charlie Wilson, not with Akon, and Akon was in his prime. Charlie Wilson was just getting off the streets from crack. And he made better hooks than you, Akon, with his real voice. The fuck you talking about? The fuck you talking about? Akon got some nerve, don't he? They've always had to replace us with our sound. So they effectively kill off genuine R&B, then they replace it with Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars, for as talented as he is, he cannot exist in an environment with MC Hammer. Prime Hammer. The Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him Hammer. He can't exist next to Chris Brown. So they couldn't even. Y'all know me. I'm not the biggest Chris Brown fan of his music. I don't like him musically, but I got to give him credit for performance. When Chris Brown, they wouldn't even let Chris Brown perform on a Michael Jackson thing. Bruno Mars is only gonna look nice when Chris Brown's nowhere around. Okay. I'm not a big Usher fan. Y'all know I can't stand it. I always credit Usher's music for basically being the death knell of R&B, of mainstream R&B, of R&B. But they can't exist in an environment next to Usher. Usher, Chris Brown, that's after R&B devolved. No disrespect to them, because it's not their fault. It's the environment of music. It's not Usher's fault, nor is it Chris Brown's fault. It's the environment of music's fault. That was intentionally taken from us. I broke that shit down on my show on Caffeine last week. That was intentionally taken from us. Okay? But it's intentionally taken so less talented people can have space. So Akon benefited from the devolving of music. Akon can't exist in a world of Nate Dogg, nigga. Akon, you benefited from Nate Dogg passing away, brother. Hold up. Yay. Am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying? Man, I'm going to put Sleepy Brown ahead of you, Akon. Shouts out to Atlanta and the Dungeons family. Hey, baby, look like you love me. They can come closer than close. Just like Nate Dogg said, original they'll never will be. We bumping from coast to coast. Nobody does it better. And that was another hook that my father-in-law did. That's him playing. That's Atlantic Star. Closer than close. I told you he revolutionized Christmas with Santa Claus is Coming to Town. He also made a dope-ass song on that that keyboard lick with Atlantic Star. And then Daz come up and remix it. We bumping from coast to coast. Nate Dogg funked it out. 100% FBA. No contribution from none of you motherfuckers. No disrespect. No disrespect. But I'm going to need people from the diaspora to be the first ones to check people like Akon. Because until people from the diaspora be the first to check people like Akon, we going to be left to check them. And as black people, we clown. Like, shit. I clown when I check people. That's fun to me. I don't mind a few jokes. And I know you're going to hit me with a few jokes, but mine going to be better, so I ain't tripping. Anthony Thorpe said, John. See, that's why I don't look at the chat room. Y'all niggas is dumb. That nigga Anthony Thorpe said, John be a better singer than Akon. I ain't looked at the chat room. Oh, what's up, Torian Rain? My bad. Salute to the chat room. I ain't been looking at y'all. But that's why I don't be looking. You niggas be getting me all focused. This dude said John B's a better singer than Akon. But you right, though. And John B got more soul. And a better hairline. But anyway, here's the kicker, though. Here's the kicker. I want y'all to listen to this and what Akon says about 50. He said this part at about 20 minutes into the interview. I want y'all to listen to what he says about 20 minutes later. He was asked, the question basically being asked is, who's the better? They were basically talking about, who is it? Like, they were talking about artists with star power. And there's anybody with star power and talent. And what Akon basically said, and this is true, I agree with him on this. A lot of people with the star power ain't really got the talent. And a lot of the talent ain't got the star power. That's true. But that's mostly, again, that's also true because record labels they got rid of their whole grooming departments. Motown sent the Supremes through years of grooming. Supremes were at Motown for a long time before they got a hit. Before Diana Ross became the first black female megastar that showed herself with pride and dignity. That took years of grooming. Same with Marvin Gaye. When you look at the old days, there was a grooming process that made the talented people. Michael Jackson went through the grooming process. Record labels don't do that no more. So that's part of the reason. But I want you to listen to what he says later on in the interview when they're asking who are the only artists that have the combination of both. Listen to this real quick.
All package, they walk in the room and it's like, boom, I know this is...
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But if you say earlier or later...
Yeah.
So basically, let me play it again.
All package, they walk in the room and it's like, boom, I know this is...
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But if you say earlier or later...
So later in the interview, he's being asked who has that it factor. Who has the it factor? The combination of talent and dopeness. And the first person he says is Beyonce. But hold up, Akon. Didn't you just say Africans are just natural? Oh, they just got the most? Oh, yeah. Like, oh, my God, we're just better. Like, we're different. The black people just sag and had a ass hanging out their pants and but when asked about, let me see if I can find the rest of that. Let me see this. Let me see if I can find this part. Let me see if I can. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, I found it. Let me see if I can let me see here. Let me see. All right, let me see. Can y'all hear this? No, y'all can't hear that. Let me go over here, Jim. Let me see if this does it.
Got it naturally. But then they ain't got the style.
Here it is.
They ain't got the swag. They don't have the energy. They just not with them. or her, right? As soon as I see it, I'm like, oh, that's a star. But then as soon as they show me what they do, I can tell you if it's just a look or a feel or if it's something that's fully packaged. Sometimes you can see a star that may not have all the talented qualities there, but you can just tell by his demeanor, his focus, his understanding, and his humbleness if whether or not you can install that talent with him or her, right? Some people got natural talent. It's just born talent. They just got it naturally. But then they ain't got the style. They ain't got the look. They ain't got the swag. They don't have the energy. They just not star quality from a vision standpoint. So their career will only go but so far because they don't light up the room when they walk in there. And then you got some people that just light up the room when they walk in there, but they don't really have that much talent. So it's very rare that you find a person that actually has super talent and light up the room.
Who would you say is that now?
Today? In which genre?
Any, like within hip hop culture, popular culture now, who would you say has you look at them and it's just a total package. They walk in the room and it's like, boom, I know this is
Beyonce.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But
Beyonce, without a doubt. Beyonce, without a doubt. If you don't sit your confused ass down, nigga. On one hand, you going around saying that, it's just, Africans, of course. Yeah, we got the talent. Black Americans just sag their pants. And then when asked, says nothing. See, the lady that I was interviewing, she was like, she was from the Caribbean. And earlier in that interview, there's another part in the interview where they were talking about not being, there was a time that, nobody wanted to claim African. And now they're being proud to claim African. Why y'all talking about us? Why? Can y'all just leave us alone? That's all I'm saying. Look, man, I don't like having these conversations. Black people got more important shit to talk about. Can y'all just leave us alone? None of y'all in there about Black Americans. Akon, you make your music a Black American form of music. But y'all could have easily said, oh yeah, we wave it. You ever see these white kids dancing like us? They wouldn't dare talk about no white person like that. Yeah, Africans, yeah, we got natural. You ever see them cats over in Europe? Damn, them motherfuckers can't dance for shit. Them tea and crumpet eating motherfuckers ain't got no soul. He didn't say that. He didn't say nothing about the people, how they dance in India. He didn't talk about how they dance in Mexico, Argentina, Brazil, Australia, Canada. He said them niggas in America. He didn't talk about the Caribbean. He didn't say the people in Jamaica, St. Thomas. He didn't say them fake ass Africans in Egypt or them sauerkraut breath smelling ass South Africans, Afrikaners. He didn't say nothing about the Afrikaners or the Japanese. Nope. He didn't say about them niggas, nothing about them people in Thailand. He said them niggas with the sagging pants. He went right for the top, didn't he? Whoa, Akon, for real? And then, just let a little time go by, who's the most talented person in music that has everything? Beyonce. These niggas is confused, y'all. These niggas is confused. These niggas is confused. And make sure you get your candles. Get Jayla's candles right now. Lightthemood.com. And use my product code WEEDSMOKE22 because these candles smell good than a motherfucker. And Jayla helps teach young children emotional intelligence. All of your money that you spend on these candles is tax deductible because it goes to Operation SEQ Hope, where they teach emotional intelligence to the children. And you know these little bastards need it. Oh my God. Hell, a lot of you grown niggas need it too. You shouldn't be in your late 40s still trying to fight people when you get mad. If you in your 40s and somebody saying something sideways to you, make you want to throw hands and throw your back out, you need some emotional intelligence work. You might need to hit Jayla up yourself. Now, I'm not saying somebody fucking with you, you gotta do what you gotta do. But nigga, you 48 years old and you still ready to fight because somebody stepped on your shoes? Come on. Come on, bro. You can buy some new shoes, brother. Oh, and also, I want to send out a rest in peace to the great Tom Bell, songwriter, arranger for the Philadelphia sound. While we're talking about disco earlier, you know, when it comes to the original pulsating sounds of disco, you can thank this man, Tom Bell. When it comes to ready or not, here I come, you can't hide. That's Tom Bell. Let the sideshow begin. Hurry, hurry. It's Tom Bell arrangements. OJ's, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, the Stylistics, Blue Magic. Arranged by Tom Bell. So we must always show respect to the gods of music. Because when you don't show respect to the real gods of music, you get Akon. He was doing all that good music. Rest in peace. But when you don't acknowledge the greats like Tom Bell, you get Akon. So we must always, always, always acknowledge our greats. Rest in peace, Tom Bell. And I also read to my man Boogie B. This nigga was funny. This nigga was like one of the real good dudes in comedy. God damn. In New Orleans this weekend, sitting in the car and caught a stray bullet. Talk about somebody who was cool as hell. He was actually gonna do my show. We talked like 2 weeks ago. I got a new show. I got a new show coming on another app. I'm not gonna announce it till all the paperwork is signed up. But I got a new show coming on another app. And he was gonna be one of my first 3 or 4 interviews. Good dude. Rest in peace. Niggas over there shooting and shit. Get your emotional intelligence game up, fellas. Get your emotional intelligence game up. There's better ways to solve problems than violence. Gotta learn how to talk shit out. Crack a few jokes. Talk a little shit. And if you have to throw hands, sometimes you gotta throw hands. But don't let it get past that. We should be able to solve issues before it gets to the point of wanting to take someone off the earth. Because what happens is somebody innocent gets in the way. Because you a dumb motherfucker. Solve that shit, niggas. Don't let it get to the point to where you got to do that shit. Back to this Akon nigga. See, we talking this out. We ain't being violent. You know what I mean? We ain't saying that Akon needs to die or Akon needs to this or that or none of that. All we saying to Akon and people like Akon is when you come to our house, take your shoes off before you enter the living room and have some motherfucking respect. That's all we saying. Have some respect. Talking about we sagging our pants and black folks is see, look, we get better. We get enough of that shit from white folks. When Jesse Jackson and Martin Luther King and all them was saying, let's bring our brothers from the diaspora and out, they weren't doing this shit for that kind of disrespect. We hear that shit from white people. Al Sharpton, yeah, and he was fighting for that shit back in the day, and he still fight for it with his perm. But I do believe when you're dealing with people like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, I believe people like that, when they started, their intentions were pure. Are their intentions pure now? That's a whole nother topic that I'm not going to get into. But their intentions at some point in history was pure. And we know Martin Luther King's intentions were pure. When they fought for people like Akon to come over here, it was to be brothers. We thought we was going to get some more Stokely Carmichael, some Kwame and Ture. We thought we was going to get some people like that. We didn't know people was going to be coming over here talking about us sagging our pants and being high. That ain't cool. That's not cool. And we also got to know that, Akon, you got to know that your place in music only exists because the record industry intentionally removes us from our music. Every time one of our music gets popular, they go about the business of taking our face off of it. So you benefit. You're welcome. Because had they allowed groups like Digital Underground, Arrested Development, people like KRS-One to continue to thrive without intentionally kicking them off labels and blacklisting people like Ice Cube from playlists, had they not defunded genuine R&B, you wouldn't have a space, Akon. Wouldn't nobody be listening to your locked up, you won't let me out. No, that quantized music you have is locked up. Take quantization off, motherfucker, and bring some life and air and breath back into the music. Akon, you had a run. A lot of people have runs in music. Dope. No disrespect to your mediocre run you had in music. Cool. You need to be thanking Black Americans for the opportunity for your run, not disrespecting us. Weird ass nigga. But I want to hear, I'm actually going to open up the phone line. I wasn't going to do it. But I ain't going to take that many calls. But callers, keep your calls brief. We ain't about to have a long conversation and break down all there is to know in life and the theories of human evolution. I just want to hear what you got to say real quick. And then we going to keep it going. 323-744-7425. I'm only going to take a few calls. If you feel like calling in, there we go. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, Dewan? Tomorrow, man.
What's up, Amar? What's on your mind?
Yeah, what's on my mind? I feel the same way you feel, man, about Akon. It's just ridiculous. You know, it was dope when in the back of the day when he was defending Michael Jackson, because a lot of people wasn't. But, like, you know, but recently just to disrespect us. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, disrespectful. You know what I mean? You should be able to big up your people without disrespecting mine. You know? And that's all it is, man.
Exactly.
But thank you for giving us a call, brother.
Absolutely. You have a good day, Dewan.
You too. And that's a good point he made. Your greatness should be able to stand on its own. We don't say, look at Michael Jackson, look at James Brown, what the fuck are y'all doing in Africa? Hell, we spend our time arguing. Hell, when I was talking about Beyonce earlier, I looked in the chat room a little earlier and people were saying Janet was better, and I agree, but to me, it's not about that. You know, it's different generations. You know, like what you like. You know what I mean? I don't really like to argue who was better. I prefer Janet over Beyonce personally. But I can't say that any of them, including Beyonce, is still outdone Diana Ross. If you're going to look at impact around the world, I don't think neither Janet nor Beyonce has still had the impact Diana Ross had. Because we got to remember, the lane that Janet and Beyonce walk in now would not have existed without Diana Ross. You had, other black women in the past who, Josephine Baker, you had Ethel Waters. There have been famous black women. But I'm talking about famous to the level of famous and dignified without being hypersexualized. You know what I mean? Just a classy black woman. Diana Ross was the first. And Diana Ross is still selling out stadiums worldwide when she decides to actually go on tour. But it's not about fighting. When we're talking about different black American women. We ain't disrespecting y'all. Matter of fact, we low-key disrespecting our own people, ranking one over the other. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Dewan? This is Ed calling from South Central Los Angeles. Great topic, brother.
South Central?
My 2 cents is something piggybacking off Dr. Umar Johnson said, where we unfortunately put too much emphasis on these entertainers and athletes to the point where they get a big head. And I don't know who pumping them up, but somebody gassing them up to say, yeah, say this disrespectful about your people. And we got to put an end to that, brother.
Hey, but a question, are they your people when they say them versus we? Are they your people? We can see, look, as black people, we can't decide who our people are. They have to decide for themselves. Are they down with us?
I have a question for you, brother Dewan.
Go ahead.
I have a question for you. As you know, recently our president met with 20 some odd African countries And it ain't because he's sincerely apologizing for slavery, but it's because he sees other countries interested in the, cheap and expensive metals in the ground over there, like Russia and China. So he threw his billions at them. The bigger question should be, are those our brothers that we get to say, hold on, we see the plan, we see what corporate America wants to do with the aid of our elected officials. Do we click up with our brothers in the motherland to let them know that, hey, you know what, black people, we move and operate in these port cities all around the United States, and if you're going to partner with anyone, it should be us. What should our play be is what I'm trying to ask you. And I'll take your answer off the air, brother. Great topic, man. Keep doing what you do.
Have a good one, brother. We've been trying that since Booker T. Washington. Gotta remember, Garvey got his philosophy from Booker T. Washington. We have well over 100 years documented evidence of black Americans reaching out to Africans for trade and for commerce. They have decided to allow the white supremacists to dictate to them who they can and cannot deal with. They've decided to not stand up to the white supremacists and deal with us anyway. We send it to white supremacists all the time and say, fuck y'all, let's go directly to Africa and deal with our brothers. They have to decide that they want to work with us. Again, black people, I'm gonna get right to you. Just hold on 1 second. Black people, we gotta look at this from an anthropological point of view. I told y'all before, my minor was anthropology. In cultural anthropology, there's a rule. You cannot imprint your cultural values on other cultures. That's the number one way to be deceived and not get the full answer and get a clear picture of what's going on. You can't come in and say, hey, I look like you, we should think alike. No. That's the number one way to guarantee confusion and mistrust. That's not what you do. You sit back and watch, and you allow people to be them. You see how they move, and you decide if you can deal with that or not. So if these people, have they been reaching out to us? Have they been responding with all that land with, here are deals, here's some free land for you black people. We got too many mangoes. Let's set up a distribution. Whoopty wham, boopty bam. Has that happened? Yes or no? And you decide based off the evidence on how people treat you. No different than when you're dealing with a woman as a man or a man as a woman. You don't tell the other person, you better treat me right. You better do this. You better do that. And they keep disrespecting you and you be like, you still better treat me right. You're going to sound like a $5 hoe. No. You watch their program and you decide if you could deal with it or not. And then from there, you refine your relationship. But both people have to be interested in the relationship for the relationship to work. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? You there, caller?
Yo, Chris Cleveland. Chris Cleveland calling out of Dallas.
Chris Cleveland in Dallas.
Chris Cleveland.
Chris Cleveland
calling out
in Dallas.
Right, cool. Brother, basically, okay, my bad. Brother, basically what I'm seeing is that, like, to be honest with you, he really doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just talking. He hasn't studied the history of nothing. Okay, like our music is phenomenal, our contributions, and like we put so much on the table, we put so much game out there, we throw away so much stuff. You understand what I'm saying? We put so much influence out there that like we forget about it, we throw it away. It's nothing to us, and then they pick it up. They pick up our crumbs and they run with it. But what do you expect from someone who never really had anything?
Good point.
Bro, like I'm married to an African woman and I be around a lot of Africans. They don't know our culture. They don't know our contributions. They don't know our history. Like I say, we throw away more. They pick up our crumbs. That's how much talent we got. We drop crumbs and they pick it up and try to create a whole genre out of, just table scraps. We do this every day. We're phenomenal.
That's
what I'm saying? So he doesn't know what he's talking about, and who said he was the expert on anything? He's just talking to be talking.
He just talking to be talking.
That's
all.
Nowadays.
I appreciate that, brother.
He just wants some attention. That's all.
I agree. I appreciate your call, brother.
All right, brother. Appreciate
you're right. He just wants some attention. Akon ain't nobody's expert on nothing. But since he wants attention, let's give it to him. See, so because there are people that's gonna be out there that's gonna be like, why we gotta talk about this? Why we gotta talk about this? Because when people take the opportunity to disrespect us and to berate us and minimize what we do, we take that as an opportunity to educate one another. It's called alchemy, niggas. Anybody out there that be like, this is why we talk about it. We're the ultimate alchemists. Let's take your negative thing you throw at us. Let's take you trying to berate us. Let's take you trying to bullshit us, and let's take that energy, rework it, remix it, and use it as an opportunity to educate. That's why we talking about this whole ass shit. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Dewan. Good evening. Well, afternoon. This is Suga calling from France, French Riviera. How you doing today?
From the French Riviera. It's good to hear from you. How you doing?
Hey, good hearing from you. I'm doing well. Man, every time I listen to you, you be on it, doggone it. And you know I'm old school. Listen, who says that number? Old school. You own it, doggone it. But you own it today. This right here, this Akon, what is it? Akon, yeah. I'm just trying to be funny. As your last caller said, he's just talking to hear himself talk, to make him sound like he's an expert. He don't want to say that he's doing whatever he's doing over there in the part of Africa he's living in by the funds of the Chinese. So let him be quiet. Anyway, the music. You said something real key, that R&B is being washed away or has been washed away because of other that's come in and the other set of people come in and call themselves taking things over. Man, over here it's reckless. You know, if you are a black artist, do you know you have to compete with other people that's not FBAs that's doing R&B, that's doing R&B, but they think they can do it better than you can do it. And so to see the vanishing pureness of it, you know, going away, as long as we stand up and say something and let those that have nothing to do with the foundation of the music culture that we have set across the world, because we're global. Everybody wants to copy us and then want to take ownership. If it had not been for artists before Akon, there would be no Akon. You know, he may have been born in America, but he's back over, going back and forth between here and his homeland. America and his homeland. He cannot say that, oh, it's Beyonce. No, it ain't no Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? That's like bubblegum soul to me. You know, I know people wouldn't like that. You know, that's like bubblegum.
I agree.
You know, let's get down to the nitty gritty on who's who. When you said Diana Ross, you're right. She's the only person I know right now that's still selling out stadiums. You know, like you said, when she get ready to go and perform, she can sell. She was over here in Europe, and they went crazy for her over here. You know, and so Akon, let him talk. But I hope nobody's listening to him. He talks about us, but he want to be us, but he want to be, you know, what his mom and daddy is Africans. He want to be them, but then he want to be us at the same time. He can't have his cake and eat it too. So I advise him, and I suggest that he just stay right on over there in Africa and let them Chinese people continue to fund what he's trying to claim that he's building himself. Okay, that's all. Hey, I love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I got to get your T-shirt. I want to wear that bad boy over here. I want to put one of your posters in my house. Yes, I do. You know, but keep doing what you do. I'm so proud of you, Dewan.
I appreciate you.
And you tell Larry I said hello.
I know. I'm not going to tell Larry. Larry doesn't deserve your kindness. But I appreciate you.
Okay, baby love. Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, the phone ringing off the hook right now. I can only take one call at a time, y'all. Only take one call at a time. Come on. You call in now. There we go. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, DeJuan? I'm in the car, so hopefully I'm coming through clear.
You good? You good?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I heard the comments, and I kind of checked out when it comes to these arguments, because I think that a lot of Akon's comments come from a place of more or less like signaling to the white collective society that he doesn't have a collective thing. You know what I'm saying? Separate, apart from Black America. So I think that he's more or less signaling out to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up in a time when I listened to people like Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, and they spoke of blackness as a collective. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people like him, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? And again, like I said, I'm on Twitter. I do hear a lot of divisive comments and comments coming from people who are from the diaspora. But however, I'm willing to give the collective a pass and not just basically believe that this is the kind of like collective thing. Because it was real interesting. Tariq Nasheed had this white guy call. And when he spoke about whiteness, he spoke about whiteness in a form of empire. This is why you can have somebody that basically immigrates over from Europe, and they come over and they fall right into the groupthink of collective whiteness. So I think that he's just basically singling out for the people who, he's trying to get money from the Chinese, allegedly. He's trying to get money to fund his project.
I got a quick question. I got a good question.
Yeah.
Like, I hear what you're saying about it being just him. I hear that. But what about the people who aren't like that? There are a lot of mostly of you people in your top 40 are not Black American. Most of your actors right now in your TV shows are not Black American. Where are they when it comes time when people like this, like Akon, speak out? Where are they to silence him?
Well, again, like I said, and collectively, we're talking about the entertainment. Again, I think they still kind of like all fall in line with that. I think that these are people who are opportunists, that are attention starved, and now that they have the light, these are the things that they think they have to do. I think that.
I definitely agree. I agree with that.
So
they think that this is their way of tap dancing. But when I talk about when I'm talking about the group thing, here's my point on this: the rank and file non-Black American is going to have to start speaking up, because on Twitter, the rank and file Black American speaks up. When they thought that Beyonce was appropriating their culture, they spoke up real loud. The rank and file non-Black American. Whenever they feel there's any kind of assault on their culture, they're very loud. It's going to have to come to a point, because they're very loud about differentiating themselves. It's going to have to come to a point to where they're going to have to collectively, rank and file, speak up and speak out against this kind of stuff, because the disrespect to us should be seen as a disrespect to them, because we really should be seen as one. But we're not. But we as Black Americans, it doesn't have to go back to John Henry Clark. You can go back to Black Americans as of just watch the NBA. When Black Americans who are on top, when they speak of Black people, they all speak of a collective. Whether you're talking about LeBron James, whether you're talking about Jay-Z, or anybody who's top 40 mainstream Black American, we do speak as a collective, as all of us, as Black. The only people drawing a schism are the mainstream Black people who are not Black American, and that's what I'm saying. At some point, and I'm going to use that example, and I hear everything you're saying, and I don't discount anything you're saying, but I'm just offering a perspective. I definitely. At some point, what I'm saying is, at some point, we got to just see the game for what it is and deal with it for what it is, and not how we think it is, but for what it is. Because this whole schism thing is only coming from one side.
You're 100% right, and I agree with everything that you're saying, and but my thing is, I was just more or less focusing on, like, when I'm talking about the entertainers, the ones who get the microphone, the ones who seem like they're attention stars. And now that, you know what I'm saying, they have this attention from white people, you know what I'm saying, is that collective, you know, tap dancing. Even when he's talking about the sagging of the pants. I mean, yeah, Black Americans kind of moved away from that. We in the age of more or less like the skinny jean. So again, like I said, like you're basically, you know, you're sending dog whistles to people, and you're letting them know, like, hey, I'm not with them niggas over there, and that's what I see he's doing. And I'm just like, I'm not saying he shouldn't have an opinion, but I mean, when was the last time that he even had a hit to be that relevant enough to have these like opinions about Black American culture?
Right.
Because my introduction to Akon, because I'm from New Jersey and he's African, but he's from out of New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? It was always this myth that he was like this street dude that, you know, that was locked up, and he ran on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you kind of like cosplayed Black Americans, and now every chance you get, you're separating yourself from Black Americans. It's real tripped out, and I definitely agree with you, and we definitely have to call this out. So I definitely agree.
I'm with you, my brother, man. Thanks for giving us a call. Yeah, man. And that's what it is. And I want you guys to keep that talking point for anyone who asks, why is it important? Why is Akon important? Why are you talking about this? Because he's talking about us. How has being silent worked for us? Being silent gave them rock and roll. Being silent gave them country music. Being silent gave Koreans K-pop. Being silent gave disco to Europeans. Being silent has done nothing constructive for Black people. So for people saying we need to be quiet and ignore it, tell me what we've gained from ignoring people trying to steal our culture. What's up, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Dewan B. This is Black Voltron calling on DP Stockton, California.
Black Voltron, what's up, brother?
What's up with it, man? I'm sorry, man. I'm about sick of this goddamn disrespect from Akon. That nigga wasn't talking about, you know, Black Americans sagging their pants when these same sagging their pants Black Americans was buying his albums 20 years ago. Mm-hmm. Let's not forget about that. Nigga, when he was putting money in your goddamn pockets, nigga, you was all for the sagging. Now all of a sudden you gonna fix your disrespectful motherfucking mouth and talk shit about us as foundational Black Americans, nigga? You wouldn't even fucking be here, fucking immigrant coon, if it wasn't for foundational Black Americans. You were because you're in the position that you in was due to the sacrifice of all the artists that came before you. How dare you say that foundational Black Americans don't have no culture and all they do is sag? Nigga, was Prince sagging his pants? Was Michael Jackson sagging his pants?
Michael Jackson was flooding.
Nigga, tell me about it with the penny loafers. Nigga, if mama say mama saw mama kusa. Nigga, fuck you. Fuck you, Akon. No, man, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this disrespect shit no more, man. I'm sick of these fucking disrespectful fucking Africans talking shit. Nigga, if you don't like it, leave. Get the fuck out of the United States of America. Nigga, we don't need you. We don't need your black ass, nigga. Go make Africa great. How's Akon City happening, nigga? How's your little Chinese town happening, nigga? Fuck him. Dwan, I'm sorry, man. It's like we as foundational Black Americans must protect our culture. Yep. I'm sorry. It wouldn't be no Akon without no James Brown, MC Hammer, Prince, Michael Jackson, Parliament Funkadelic, Sly and the Family Stone, Little Richard, Muddy Waters, Louis Armstrong, you know, the Brothers Johnson, Heat Wave.
Right.
We go all the way back to Scott Joplin, man. You know, Count Basie, Duke Ellington. Where was Akon? Was they sagging too? Was they sagging back in the day?
Let me tell you something,
him, man. You know,
Akon, you cannot make that groovy music with that tempo, with that beat, with that feeling, with African Congo drums, nigga. Go try to do it.
Right.
Go try to get a whole bunch of do Dude locked up. They won't let me out with a whole bunch of Congos and see how that turned out.
Thank you. Even Fela Kuti, respect to him, said he got the game from us, foundational Black Americans.
Man,
how the hell does Akon think he can do without us? Nigga, get the fuck on, man, with your bunk ass. And nigga, get your crusty hairline fixed while you at it, nigga. Either try to grow something or nigga just go bald like the rest of us, nigga. You old, nigga. Your hair gonna fall out. Deal with it, nigga. You know, deal with it.
Real talk,
fuck that
man.
Black ass nigga. Slap the black off that little motherfucker. Fuck him. You know? Take your little black ass get the fuck
and question, why is he dressed like a fake ass Lonzo from Training Day?
Man, come on now. Come on now. Your whole
package, they walk in the room and it's like, boom, I know this.
Where the fuck he from? How come he ain't in your native gear? How come you wasn't doing hip hop / R&B in your native gear when you first came out 20 years ago?
He ain't got not one of them long ass, one of the big ass sheets they be wearing.
Ass waves.
He ain't got no kente cloths. He ain't got none of that. He over there. He look like he ready to sell drugs on the Jersey Turnpike.
Nigga got Lonzo's old uniform on, nigga, from 20 years ago. Nigga, shut the fuck up, nigga. Ain't nobody wearing bomber jackets no more, nigga.
And he's speaking English. Not he ain't click language. He ain't doing none of that.
Nigga, what happened, nigga? Somebody hurt your feelings, nigga. No. He's mad because he ain't got no shine no more. Ain't nobody fucking with him. So now he's being a goddamn troll, kind of like these white supremacists do. Let me just say anything disrespectful to the foundation of Black Americans because, hey, in time memoriam, that's what's always worked for the white people. Why don't I try that? That's the formula he's doing. I'm just gonna troll my way back into white mainstream society, and it ain't gonna work. It's like now, nigga, you wasn't saying that shit before. Why all of a sudden you got big words now? But you ain't gonna confront us as foundation of Black American artists, and you can't hold a candle. Your career ain't shit compared to all the collective of all the foundation of Black American artists.
And I want Akon.
Akon versus MJ? Shut up.
Look,
nigga, even Akon versus R. Kelly, man. Come on now.
You shoot.
You aiming contemporary.
Bruh. You aiming too high.
Thank you.
R. Kelly. I mean, I'm gonna take the silvers over Akon. I'm gonna take another bad creation. At least Aisha's an icon. You are a girl that I never had, and I want to get to know you better. I'm gonna take BBD over Akon, nigga.
Thank you. Come on. What?
Come on now.
Thought it was me? Nigga, sit your ass down.
Man.
Sit your ass down, nigga.
I'm gonna take Aaliyah over Akon. I'm gonna take Orange Juice Jones over Akon. Come on now.
In the rain.
Walking in the rain,
man.
nigga.
Come on.
Look, Akon gotta walk
with that song.
And he got a walking in the rain jacket on. I'm still taking
package. They walk in the room and it's like, boom, I know this is
Beyonce.
What's Akon's biggest hit? I'm locked. What was his
Locked
biggest
Up?
hit? I forgot.
I think
Won't
Locked
Let
Up.
Me Out?
Probably that, or I don't know. Look, nigga. I am going to take LV and Coolio's Gangsta's Paradise, and I don't even like that song.
For real?
Over anything Akon did.
For real.
Rest in peace,
rest
Coolio.
in peace, Coolio. Come on now. We can name a ton of artists. Come on, Jagged Edge, nigga, Fruit, nigga, Jodeci over Akon.
I'm gonna
Come on, Music Soul Child.
Oh, Music Soul Child all day. Man, look.
Anthony Hamilton, niggas, come on, dude. Akon, shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't shit without Foundation of Black Americans. You lucky you got in the building. Now you want to shit on us? Oh, nigga, we don't need you, nigga. You'll be a afterthought in musical history. There ain't nobody tripping on you, partner.
People gonna be getting confused.
Akon
is forever going to be confused with T-Pain, and that's his legacy.
Yeah, and I would say T-Pain did it better.
Yeah,
let's be real. Let's say T-Pain did it better with the voice box.
At best, Akon will be known as a knockoff of Roger Troutman. At best.
Bootleg T-Pain.
A bootleg T-Pain.
Bootleg African T-Pain. Sorry, nigga. I'm sorry, nigga. Thanks for letting me up, Dwan B. I'm out.
Yes, sir, man. Have a good one. Yeah, man. Akon, come on now. Akon, if we gonna be real, Akon, let's just be 100. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean, Akon. If it's a choice between you, if it's a choice between your music and Howard Hewitt, you're out of here. If it's a choice between Akon and motherfucking what was that? And the thong and Cisco, the thong song is gonna win. You're out of here, Akon. I'm not even gonna put Cisco with Drew Hill. Just Cisco's solo career in you, Akon. Talk about stage performance. I'll go to Cisco's Silver Haired and the Dragon's Ass concert 10 times before I go to an Akon concert. What's up, Carter? What's your name? Where you calling from?
It's good, man. It's Shane, man. Calling from Washington, D.C., man. You know, the home of the mumble sauce and the go-go, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. D.C. What's on your mind, brother?
I just want to talk about this whole African, always taking shots at Black American situation. Look, if we had a talent show from their projects and their slums, the Black American project was smoking. Easy. Right. It wouldn't even be. It wouldn't even be fair. It'd be like Team USA back in the day when they had Jordan, Larry Bird. Like Vince Carter. It wouldn't even be. It would be embarrassed. Like it wouldn't even be right. People start feeling sorry.
Right.
Their raw talent versus our raw talent, it wouldn't even be fair.
It would be.
If we talking about the hood, we not talking about the mainstream. Just the hood talent, it wouldn't even be fair.
I'm gonna tell you, look, if there was more talent in the group State Property than all the goddamn anybody Akon dealing with at home, nigga. When it come down, you right about that. We don't want to have that. That would be like the Special Olympics, versus the regular Olympics. That wouldn't be nice. That would not be nice.
It would be embarrassing. Look, put it like this. If we had a contest who could make, like, you look at the little YouTube shorts videos, the little Black American comedians versus their comedians, it wouldn't be fair.
It wouldn't be.
Who get more views?
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not fair even in the comedy clubs now. When I be out there, it's like they don't get me wrong, they got some funny motherfuckers. I'm not gonna disrespect them and say they don't have funny people, but you're not gonna put you. Michael Blackson can't follow Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart. He can't nobody from diaspora fuck with Corey Holcomb.
Hell no.
I mean, for real. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate your call, brother.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Yes, sir. And y'all don't want it. Y'all don't want it. And we don't even want to give it to you. We'd rather spend our time defeating white supremacy. That's what we'd rather do. Let's go at the people fucking with us, not with each other. That's what we'd rather do. That's what black people, because y'all be the main ones, you always talking about the white men. Don't talk about the white man. Yes, we're going to talk about the white man. Because the white man is the one that's controlling what's going on. The white man. So yes, we're going to talk about the white man. I'd rather spend my time talking, when I'm talking music, I'd rather spend my time talking about how they took our music from us and what we can do to get it back. That's what I'd rather do. Let's talk about where they screwed us over and how we can get it back. Let's talk about what we're going to do when we get these reparations. Let's talk about, as we get these reparations, what's the next set of reparations we going for? Let's finish this out here in California, New York, and wherever reparations are on the table in your state. Let's get this money, and then let's get ready for the next round of reparations, and let's talk about what we're going to do with it. Let's talk about building the nation that we want. We ain't got time to be arguing with other dark-skinned people. That's some whole shit. That is some whole shit. All right? But I want to thank y'all for listening. I appreciate y'all. Get your t-shirts at hotepish.com. Get your readings at breakthroughas.org. And remember this. This is something that we're doing this for us, to clean house. We don't take these people saying these things lying down anymore. We tried that strategy. It didn't work. At the same time, we don't bitch and moan about them either. We just take whatever nonsense that they had ready for us, thrown in our way. We just are the ultimate alchemists. We'll just take that nonsense and flip it. That's all. So Akon, keep throwing your little bullshit ass shots. People from the diaspora, if y'all want to throw shots at us, fine, whatever. They're not funny. Second of all, when y'all throw these shots, you're just giving us Black Americans a time to commune as one, come together, and educate ourselves. And talk about the truth. And spread the truth and share the truth with one another. That's what we use these talks for. That's what we spend our time doing. What's up, B. Polly? You said, check my IG DM. Oh, that. yeah. What's going on over in Africa? Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I'm not even going to. The dude over here playing. Yeah, man. See. Yeah. B. Polly sent me a video in IG of this African kid feeding this white dude and dancing and doing. I'm not even gonna pile him like that right now. Hey. We know what it is. All right? And remember this. There are no perfect messengers. Only perfect messages for those willing to pick up the game. My name is Dewan. I'm out.